your legs however feels best to you. And we'll go ahead and get started. So of course, we're just going to start by breathing and just kind of tuning into our breath, so you can put your hands in your lap or on your knees or wherever you want them to be. And you inhale through your nose, and then you can exhale and blow it all out through your mouth. And when you inhale, try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. So we're breathing with our stomach and not our chest, making it easier on ourselves. So just take a few deep breaths. Just get warmed up here. And we'll do one more good deep breath. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, blow it out through the mouth. And if your hands aren't already on your knees, go ahead and put them there. And we're just going to do a few hip circles. We're just going to go back behind us, over towards the right side, and then out in front of us, over towards the left, and then all the way back. As you're doing this, just try to keep your sits bones down on the ground. And we'll just go in a little circle, just warming up the spine. Finding as much range of motion as we can. And breathe. We'll go around one more time. And then we're just going to go in opposite directions and just reverse. We'll go the other way. We'll do it one more time. And then you can make your way back into a neutral position. We're going to inhale, lift the arms all the way up overhead, reach up as high as you can. And then I'm just going to grab elbows here. I'm going to kind of send my arms back behind me a little bit and get a good stretch in the chest and through the arms. And just sitting up nice and tall. Reaching up towards the ceiling with those forearms. Just creating some length. And breathe. And just feel the stretch. Then we're going to tilt over towards the right side. So you'll feel that long stretch in the left side of your body, and just breathe into that stretch. One more deep breath here. And then we'll just gently lean it over towards the left and feel that stretch in the right side of your body. And breathe. And don't slouch over. Remember to be up nice and tall. One more good deep breath here. Blow it out, and then we'll come back up to center. We'll reach up towards the ceiling again with those forearms, just creating a lot of length again. And then you can release your arms back down. And then from here, we're going to place our arms kind of into a cactus position. So they're at a 90-degree angle. We're going to send the elbows back behind us. You'll get a really long chest stretch here. And then we're going to straighten our arms, reach forward, and kind of round through the upper spine here. And then we'll go back to the cactus arms. And then we'll round through the spine, reach out in front of us. And then we'll go back. And then reach forward. 2 more times. Come back up, send those elbows back behind you, and then reach forward. 1 more time, bring the arms back up, and reach out in front of you, and you can come back down. Okay, we're gonna do just our seated cat-cows here to really get the spine warmed up. It's kind of a similar motion. So we'll just put our hands on our knees. When we inhale, we're gonna round the stomach. You're gonna look up. When you exhale, you're gonna arch the back like a cat, and then release the chin towards the chest. Inhale, round as much as you can, look up. Exhale, arch, release the head. I'll do this a few more times. You can do it with your own breath, at your own pace. Just trying to find as much space as you can in the spine. Maybe you can tell the difference from the first time you started doing this to now. You have a little bit more arch in the back or a little bit more range of motion. Don't forget to use your breath. We'll do it one more time. And then whenever you're ready, you can meet me back in the seated position. Back in neutral here. Okay, so I'm going to inhale, my arms are going to go up overhead, reach up as high as I can. Exhale, I'm going to twist open towards the right, so my left hand's going to come towards my right knee. Your right hand's going to go back behind me, and I'm going to look behind my right shoulder. So now we're just getting a good twist in the spine. We're not trying to force it, we're not trying to really push ourselves over, but just allowing ourselves to twist as much as our body allows us right now. And just notice how much you can right now, and we'll compare at the end of class, and hopefully it'll be a little bit easier. And breathe. We'll hold this for just a few breaths. Gently release out of that twist, and we'll come back center. We're going to inhale, arms go up overhead again. Exhale, twist over towards the left. Hand comes on that knee, left hand back behind you. We're trying to look behind that left shoulder. We're slowly gonna unwind there, and then from here we're gonna make our way into tabletop. So we're gonna be on hands and knees. Hands are underneath your shoulders and knees are underneath your hips. And then once you make your way here, we're gonna do a puppy pose. So we're just gonna walk our hands out in front of us on the mat. We're gonna let our chest kind of melt down towards the mat, and you can lay your head down on the mat if you'd like to. Breathe. From here, you can press back up into that tabletop position. From here, we're just going to straighten that right leg out behind us. Place our toes on the mat, and then maybe shift the hips back, and you can feel a stretch in that right calf there. And breathe. Now I'm going to bring that right leg over, out towards the right side. You can keep it as straight as you'd like to. You can bring it up as high as you'd like to. And we'll get an inner thigh stretch here on that right side. So, like I said, you can have it as up high or down low as you'd like, just wherever you feel a good little stretch on that inner thigh. And bring that right leg back down into that tabletop position. We're just going to switch legs. That left leg's going to go back behind you, toes on the mat. Maybe shift your hips back a little bit to where you feel a good stretch. I'm going to move that left leg, keeping it straight over out towards the left side. You can have it as up high as you'd like to. And get that inner thigh stretch. And bring that left leg back down to that tabletop position. From here, we're just going to lower down onto our stomachs. We're going to go into a Sphinx pose. So you're going to put your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Your palms are flat on the mat. And we're going to lift our chest, lift our gaze up, just directly in front of us. And breathe. You may feel a stretch in the core. Extending the back. Not something we do very often. And breathe. Want to do something a little extra. You can bend both knees so your toes kind of come down towards your back. If it's too much, you can do one leg. And then you can switch the leg here in just a minute. You're doing one leg, you can switch over to that opposite leg. And lower the legs down if you have them up. We're going to place our hands back down on the mat, directly beside our chest. And we're going to press up and into down dog from here. So you're going to lift the hips, you're going to bring both your feet on the mat. Your biceps are kind of pointing forwards. And from here, you can kind of shift your hips from side to side. You can kind of pedal the heels up and down, just kind of get situated. You can shake the head, yes and no, maybe to release any tension in the neck. Breathe. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands. And we're going to be on our forward fold, so your legs are keeping you upright. The top half of our body is just folded over our legs. It's just limp. You can maybe grab elbows and shift from side to side a little bit. Just kind of decompressing the spine. Since we're standing up so much throughout the day. And And then from here, we're slowly going to rise up. So we're kind of stacking one bone on top of the other. And then your head and your neck is the very last thing to come up. And then you'll be all the way back up and standing. I'm going to put my blocks near me just because we're going to use those in just a minute. Okay. And then from here, I'm just at the top of my mat, kind of. I'm going to inhale, send both my arms up overhead. And then exhale, we're going to go back into that forward fold. And from here, I'm going to put my blocks in front of both my feet, kind of on their highest height. And we're going to place both hands on the blocks. We're going to straighten the back and try to look up. So your gaze is directly in front of you. You can bend your knees a little bit if you need to. But if not, you can keep them pretty straight. With a slight bend in the knee, we're really pressing our legs back behind us. Straightening the back, looking up. And breathe. Then from here, we're going to bend that right knee just slightly, trying to keep that left leg pretty straight. You'll feel it pretty intense in that left leg. And straighten that right leg. Bend the left knee. And breathe. And straighten both legs again. Just going to move my blocks to the side for now. And we're back in this forward fold. And then I'm going to place my hands on the mat. Step back into a plank pose. So you can be completely up into a full plank here. You can have your knees down into a little modified plank here, wherever you want to be. And then we're going to lower all the way down to the mat, so you can either drop the knees first or just use your arms to slowly lower you down all at once. And then hands are by our chest. We're kind of going to use our back muscles here to lift our chest up off the mat into cobra pose. So your hands aren't really doing the work here. They're just beside your chest. And then we're going to press into our hands back into that down dog. And then from here, we're just going to drop the knees back into that tabletop position. And shake it out a little bit. And from here, I'm just going to step my right foot in between my hands. And you can use your blocks here to keep you up a little bit, so you can place them on each side of that right leg if you'd like to, on whatever height you think you need them to be on. Because we're going to go into the low lunge, so you can scoot that left knee back a little bit. You can get as deep as you want it to be, or you can stay up a little bit more. You may feel a stretch in that left thigh there, the quad. We're going to be here just for a few breaths, just breathing, stabilizing ourselves. Breathe. And you can stay right here. You can go into a little twist with me. So I'm going to lower my block onto a lower height. I'm going to keep my left hand on the block. And I'm going to twist open towards the right, and then the right hand's going to go all the way up overhead. You can use your block, or you can come onto the mat as well, whichever you'd like to do. You can even work on lifting that left knee. Just whatever variation you want to take, whatever feels like a little bit of a challenge for you, stay right there. And we'll breathe through this just for a few breaths. Just working on balance and strengthening, stretching all at once. And then if you're twisting, you can untwist. We'll bring the hands back down on the mat. And then from here, we're going to bring the knee back down into that tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, and go back into that down dog. And we're going to walk our feet towards our hands again, and we're back in that forward fold. And then I'm just going to send the arms up overhead, come up into standing, and then exhale, lower the arms all the way back down. And we're back in standing at the top of our mat. And then from here, I'm going to take the right leg, send it back behind me, onto my tippy toes, bend that front leg. Arms are going to go up overhead. Now we're in a high lunge. And just breathe here. You let your legs work for you. Let them hold you up. Breathe. From here, we're going to go into warrior two. So we're going to rotate that back foot down, twist it open towards the right. Arms are going to come directly out in front of you. You're going to look over those front fingertips. And then from here, we're going to work on our triangle pose. So if you want to use a block here, you can. So to do that, we're going to straighten the front leg. We're going to hinge at the hips, so we're reaching those front fingertips forward as much as you can. And then that left hand, you can bring it onto your thigh, on your shin, or onto your ankle. That right arm's going up, overhead. You can place a block behind that foot if you'd like to. Keep yourself up a little bit higher. Our chest and our heart is just twisted open. Up towards the ceiling, and breathe. We're going to press into our feet. We're going to come back up. We're going to do reverse triangle. Back palm comes back towards your thigh. Front palm lifts up towards the ceiling. Those fingertips are reaching up as far as you can. And we're going to rotate that arm back down. We're going to twist that back foot back into that high lunge position so it's facing towards that front foot. We're going to do a high lunge, but this time our palms are going to come together. We're going to lift them up towards the ceiling and maybe back a little bit. So we're doing a little bit of a back bend maybe. And breathe. Really lengthening like somebody's pulling your fingers up toward the sky. And you can lower your hands down, step that back foot up to meet the front foot, or just back up in standing. Now we get to do that on the other side. So we're back up in standing. We're going to inhale, lift both arms up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold again. And we're going to step back into that down dog. And from here, we're just going to drop the knees back into that tabletop position. So once you're here, you're just going to set that left foot foot in between your hands. You can place blocks on each side of that left foot. We're going to press up into those blocks. You can scoot that right knee back if you'd like to make it a little bit deeper. And we're just up nice and tall, looking out in front of us, stabilizing ourselves. Breathe. Back in our low lunge. Now you can stay right here. It's perfectly fine. Or you can try that twist. So you can either put that block right there on your right side. Right hand's going to come either on the block or on the mat. We're going to twist over towards the left. Left arm's going to reach up towards the ceiling. You can work on lifting that back knee if you'd like to do that. Wherever you'd like to be. We'll be here for just a couple breaths. You can do anything for just a few seconds.
This is longer.
No. And then lower that back knee if you got it. Untwist. And then we'll put that right knee back down. We're back in that tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, send it into down dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. We're back in that forward fold. We're going to come to standing by lifting the arms up, overhead, swing them up, reach toward the ceiling. Exhale, lower them down, back up and standing. We're going to go back into that high lunge. So this time the left foot's going to go back behind us, onto our tippy toes, front legs bent. And send the arms up overhead. You can sink it down as far as you'd like to. And breathe. And then from here, we're going to twist back into that warrior two. So that back foot's going to rotate over towards the left. Arms are going to come directly out in front of you. And we're in warrior two. Breathe. And then we're going to work on that triangle pose. So you're going to straighten that front leg, hinge at the hips, reach those front fingertips forward as much as you can. The right hand can land wherever you want it to, on the thigh, shin, ankle. We're going to twist towards the left. Left fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Press into that front foot to lift back up. We'll go into that reverse triangle. Back palm comes towards your back thigh. Right palm lifts up and towards the ceiling. Fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. Pulling yourself long. And the arm swings back down. We're going to go back into that lunge position. Back foot's going to rotate towards the front foot. Back foot is going to be on your tippy toes. Front leg is bent again. We're going to put our palms together. Reach up towards the ceiling. And maybe do the slightest little back bend if you can. Breathe. Swing those arms back down. Back foot can come back up So meet the front foot, or just back up and standing. From here, we're going to do a little bit of balance. So we can start on our right foot, whichever foot you want to start with. I'm going to do my right. So with my left toes, I'm going to bring them out in front of me. The knees kind of bent right here. And if this is a balance challenge for you, you can stay right here. Or if you'd like to, you can work on lifting that foot up off the mat. Legs kind of at a 90-degree angle here at the knee. And stay right here if you'd like to. Or if you'd like to do it a little bit extra, you can bring the right hand towards that left knee. Left hand's going to go back behind you. And you're just going to try to look over towards the left so you're kind of balanced. With a twist, it's a lot, I know. Just wherever you want to be, just look at something that's not moving and let your body kind of work for you. It's okay to sway back and forth. We're just practicing here. And one more good breath here. And we'll lower that back down. And then we'll come onto our left foot, or whichever foot you didn't do. And then that right foot's going to go out in front of us. You can stay right here on your tippy toes. Work on balancing here. You can just work on lifting that foot a little bit up off the mat. Or you can raise it all the way up, knees at a 90-degree angle. You can stay right here. You work on bringing the hand to the knee. And maybe add that twist. Wherever you want to be at. Lower that down. Shake it out. Okay. So we're back at the top of our mat. And from here, we're going to step that right foot back into that high lunge again. Arms are up overhead. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a twisting motion in this high lunge. So when we exhale, we're going to bring our arms out straight. We're going to twist up and towards the left. And then twist back up. Your all's favorite. And then twist up and towards the left. You don't have to twist too much, just however much you can handle right now. Twist. We'll do two more. Twist. And send it back up. And one more twist. And send it back up into that high lunge. We're going to go back into that warrior two. Rotate that back foot over towards the right. Hands come out in front of you. From here, we're going to work on extended side angle. So I'm going to bring my forearm onto my thigh here. Reach that right arm up overhead, kind of over my ear. Or long here to that right side. And breathe. And you can come back up out of that. Rotate that back foot back into that high lunge. And then from here, I'm going to straighten the front leg. Instead of reaching up, I'm going to reach my hands forward out in front of me, keeping my back pretty straight. So reaching forward as much as you can. Breathe. Then I'm going to bend the front leg, bring my palms together. We're going to go back into that crescent lunge. So you're going to lift the palms up overhead. back in that position. Straighten the front leg, reach your arms out in front of you just as much as you're able to. And then bend the leg, palms together, crescent lunge. And release the arms. You can step that back foot up or back up and standing. Okay, so the left foot's going to go back. Arms up into that high lunge. We're just going to do that twisting motion. So when we exhale, we're going to twist up and towards the right. Hands come out in front of you. Inhale, hands come back up. Slow and controlled, we go back. Hands come back up. Twist towards the right. And up, we'll do that just 2 more times. Open towards the right. Up. 1 more time, twist. And back up. Then we're going to go into that warrior 2 position. Back foot rotates over towards the left. Hands come out in front of you. And then we're going to do the extended side angle. So my forearm is going to come onto my thigh here. Left arm is reaching up over my ear. And breathe. Rotate that back foot back into high lunge. And then from here, we're going to straighten that front leg, reach our arms out in front of us, keep our back straight, reach. Don't forget to breathe, never hold your breath. And we're going to bend the front leg, palms come together, reach overhead, crescent lunge. Straighten the front leg, reach out in front of you. Bend the leg, palms come together, reach up overhead, crescent lunge. And arms come down. Step that foot back up to meet the front foot, and you've done all the hard work. Now we're just going to cool down a little bit. Do a little bit more stretching, relaxing things. So we're just going to make our way to the floor. Inhale, arms go up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. We're going to place our hands on our shins, straighten the back, look out in front of us, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step back into that plank pose, however you do it. You can either lower the knees or just use your arms to lift yourself all the way down onto your stomach. Hands are by your chest. We're going to use the back to lift our chest up off the mat, looking out in front of us. Cobra pose. Push into our hands into that down dog. And then lower the knees into tabletop. And from here, we're just going to go into a child's pose. So you can bring your toes together, widen the knees. The wider the knees, the deeper it's going to be. You're going to sit the hips back, walk the arms forward. And come to rest your head on the mat. And catch your breath here. Try to just really sink into the pose. And don't hold any tension anywhere. seated position. And I'm just going to widen the legs out in front of me, kind of at a wide angle here. I'm just going to do a nice stretch here so you are up nice and tall. You can stay right here if this is a good stretch for you. Or you can walk it forward a little bit. And just try to fall into the stretch. Maybe it gets easier the longer we hold it. The right leg where it is and the left leg in towards me. I'm going to turn my torso over towards that right leg. We're just going to isolate this leg. So you can stay up tall. You can walk it down forward as much as you like. Get a real good stretch in the back of this right leg. And then you can stay right here, or you can do something a little bit extra. I'm going to place my left hand back behind me here. I'm going to press into this left hand, kind of lift up. The right hand arm is going to go up overhead towards the ear, so I'm kind of balancing on the shin here. And sit that back down. We're going to switch towards the other side. Right leg bends in. Left leg's out straight. We're going to turn our torso towards that left leg and walk it forward. You can stay right here. You can go into that little lift that we did. So right hand's going to go back behind me. You're pressing that hand in my heel. Lift the hips. Left arm's going to go up overhead. And lower that down. I'm going to place the bottoms of my feet together. Get your feet in as close towards you as you like. Let the knees kind of fall as low as they bend that back in. It's going to come into a seated position. We'll do one more thing sitting up here. And do that little twist. So I'm going to inhale, arms go up overhead. Exhale, twist towards the right, like we did earlier. Notice how it feels. Maybe it feels a little bit less sticky. Maybe you feel a little bit less restricted. And we'll slowly twist back forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, blow it out. Twist open towards the left. Notice how you feel. And we'll gently untwist, come back to center. Now we're just going to make our way onto our back, so nice and slowly, however you want to get there. You can keep your feet on the mat, knees bent. And from here, we're just going to let our knees fall over towards the right, and then over towards the left, and right and left, just nice and slowly. We'll do that one more time to each side. And then you can come back to center and across the right ankle over the left knee. We'll do that figure 4 stretch. And then you can lift that up towards you. Maybe clasp your fingers behind that left thigh and pull it in towards you. And just breathe. Relax. And you can unravel there. And we're just going to switch and pull that in towards you. And you can release that. Now we're going to lift both our knees up together, and they're going to fall over towards our right side. So just kind of let them rest on the ground. The left arm's going to come out over towards your left, and you're going to look over towards your left hand. And just let the legs fall over towards that side. Try not to hold them up. And then we'll pick the knees back up and slowly let them fall over towards the left side. Right arm goes out straight and look over towards that right hand. bridge poses to reset everything. So when you inhale, press into your heels, lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling as high as it will go. Exhale, lower back down, everything at once. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. We'll do just one more. Press into the feet, lift up. Exhale, release it down. And then you can keep your legs here, or you can straighten them out. We'll go to Shavasana. We'll just lay here for a minute or two. So just get in the most comfortable position as you can. You can let your toes fall out towards the side. Place your hands wherever you want them to be. And just try to relax everything. Relax any tension in your forehead or in your jaw. Just release the shoulders down towards the mat. Relax the hands and the feet. And just notice how your body feels. It may feel tired. Maybe you got your heart rate up a little bit, but try to just be thankful that you can do these things and place one foot on the mat, roll over onto one side, into a fetal position. You can kind of bring your knees up towards your chest. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, and just press up into a fetal position with me. And just notice how your body feels. Compare it to how you felt at the beginning and then how you feel now. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and hopefully you feel good, hopefully you feel well. That's all I have for you. Thank you all so much for coming. And namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia.